Chloe Ayling was kidnapped in Milan. Police are searching for one suspect in addition to Łukasz Paweł, 30, a Polish national who lives in the UK and set credit Instagram. Polizia di Stato, a British model, has described how she was drugged, handcuffed, gagged and put in a bag in the boot of a car by kidnappers who then tried to sell her as a sex slave in an online auction. Chloe Ayling, 20, has given a terrifying account of her week-long ordeal after she was drugged with ketamine, taken by balaclava-clad men and chained to a chest of drawers in a remote Italian farmhouse. As she returned to Britain for the first time, Miss Ayling said that she feared for her life second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour. Her captors claimed to be part of an online organization called Black Death and threatened to sell her on the deep web if her agent failed to pay a ransom of $300,000 £270,000. Chloe Ayling, in pictures she has posted online, she was told that she would probably be trafficked to the Middle East where, once the man who bought her bored of her, she would be passed on to someone else or fed to the tigers. Łukasz Paweł, 30, a Polish national who lives in the UK, has been arrested by police and confessed to the kidnapping, which investigators described as an elaborate plot that involved months of planning. His home in Oldbury, in the West Midlands, has been raided by British officers. Miss Ayling told Italian police that her agent had booked her a photo shoot in Milan on July 11, but when she turned up at the abandoned building she was attacked. A person wearing black gloves came from behind and put one hand on my neck and one on my mouth to stop me from screaming, she said in her statement. Łukasz Paweł, a Polish citizen with British residency, who has been arrested in the alleged kidnapping, credit ANSAITALIAN police press office. A second person wearing a black balaclava gave me an injection in my right forearm. I think I lost consciousness. When I woke up I was wearing a pink bodysuit and the socks I am wearing now. I realized I was in the boot of a car with my wrists and ankles handcuffed, adhesive tape on my mouth. I was inside a bag and was only able to breathe through a small hole. As she screamed for help, she was driven 120 miles to the tiny hamlet of Bourgel near the French border, where they forced her to lie on the floor next to a chest of drawers and handcuffed her hands and feet to the legs, leaving her totally immobilized. They watched me, they stopped me from fleeing, and they threatened to kill me if I did, she said as she revealed that there were 4 men involved, all of whom referred to each other by initials. I didn't want to eat until July 14 as I was so stressed, she said. I didn't trust what I was being offered. They had taken compromising photographs of her whilst she was unconscious, which were posted on the dark web with a view to auctioning her off. Italian police recreated the way in which Chloe Ayling was transported after her kidnap, credit Polizia di Stato. However, one of them confessed to her that they had made a mistake seizing her because she was the mother of a young child. He said it was against the rules of his organization and his superiors were angry. Afterwards they removed the cuffs from her feet and allowed her to move around the farmhouse, she said. What is the dark web? 0130. The captors demanded £270,000 from her agent but eventually agreed to accept £50,000 and Erba took her to the British consulate in Milan on July 17, where he was arrested. The day before, the pair had been seen in a shop together buying shoes, and Miss Ayling told police that she made him believe we could be more intimate when the incident ended, so that she could escape. Since her release, Miss Ayling has been helping Italian police, including taking them to the scene of her ordeal where the memories cause her to shed a tear, according to her lawyer. The house where Chloe Ayling was held, credit AFP, under a section named Trafficking on the Black Death's dark website. They advertise women for sale with their measurements and an assurance that they have been checked by a doctor for any sexually transmitted diseases. Miss Ayling said that Erba told her 3 women a week were auctioned and he had earned $15 million, £11.5 million in the past 5 years from the sales, with most destined for Arab countries. He told her when the buyer gets tired of the girl he can give them to others, or if she's not longer of interest, she's tiger meat. She told police she had met Erba a few months earlier on a shoot that was aborted in Paris. Chloe Ayling has now returned to the UK. During that trip she was caught up in a terror incident as she was walking down the Champs-Élysées. At the moment, a policeman was shot dead in an attack claimed by the Islamic State. Speaking on the doorstep of her family home in South London last night, Miss Ayling said, "I've been through a terrifying experience. I feared for my life, second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour. I am incredibly grateful to the Italian and UK authorities for all they have done to secure my safe release.